Can you please state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Johnny Stewart.
And where are you employed?
I work at Horatio Alger Middle School here in Kiel.
And how long have you been employed there, Mr. Stewart?
I've been there for about 15 years.
And what does your job entail?
I teach PE, I coach soccer as well, and I run the after-school program.
And how many hours a week do you work?
I work roughly 60
Objection,
hours.
Your Honor. Relevance?
Counsel, what is the relevance of that?
Your Honor, it is the state's trying to prove that he used his position as a teacher to entice Michael Unati. That is one of their main focuses. The fact that he worked at the school, all I'm doing is laying foundation to how he knows Michael Unati, what his position is at the school, and how long he works there. I mean,
All right, overruled.
how many hours a week do you work, sir?
I work roughly 60 hours a week. As I'm sure you're aware, Kiel is kind of a low-income area. A lot of our kids come from single-parent homes, and those parents are often working late hours. So I try to be there for the kids as much as possible.
And do you have a good rapport with your students?
I have a great rapport with my students. I believe that the key to being a good teacher and a good coach and a good mentor is getting to know your kids, who you're coaching and teaching. So I try to establish a good rapport with all my students and players.
And have you ever had a complaint filed against you?
Never know.
And do you know Michael Unati?
I do. Michael was the captain of my soccer team.
And would you say, from your observations, is Michael a good kid?
I think Michael is a good kid. He is a good kid at heart, but he often does not show up to school. And when he does show up, his imagination tends to get the best of him. He tends to act out.
And do you know Pat Unati?
I know her. I'm not close with her.
And from your observation, what is Pat's involvement in Michael's life?
Well, we have soccer games every week during the season. I've never seen her at a soccer game, and I often have to take Michael home from school. Just based off what I can tell, she's not involved in his life at all.
And do you often give students rides home?
I do. Again, Kiel is a very low-income area. A lot of students come from single-parent homes, and those parents are often working and can't give their kids rides home. So I step in when they can't be there.
And on Friday, did you see Michael?
I did see Michael. This was after school, and everyone had already left. Michael was standing outside in the cold by himself.
And did you call Miss Unati?
Yeah, when I saw Michael, I invited him in my truck, and I was going to give him a ride home. Once he told me that his mother was late picking him up, we decided to give her a call.
And did Miss Unati answer?
She did not, no.
And what did you and Michael do next?
Well, I didn't want Michael to go home unsupervised. I asked him if he wanted to come hang tight at my house, wait for his mother to either answer her phone or come pick him up, and he agreed.
And when you got to your house, did you call Miss Unati again?
I called Miss Yanati numerous times over the weekend, and I never got an answer from her.
And at your house, what did you and Michael do?
Well, I wanted Michael to feel at home, and I wanted him to feel like he could come and go as he pleased. I set him up in my man cave. I have a lot of video games, and there's a big screen TV. Gave him a snack, and just told him to hang tight until we hear back from his mom.
And from your observations, did he seem to be having fun?
I think he was having a good time. I mean, whenever I asked him, if he had heard from his mother or if he wanted to go home, he said he didn't want to go home.
Did he ever ask to call his mother?
He had a cell phone with him, and I assume that he called his mother just as many times as I did.
And did he ever ask to leave?
No. Again, I wanted Michael to feel like he was free to come and go as he pleased. So he didn't need to ask me to leave.
And what did you do that Sunday?
On Sunday, that was the AFC and NFC championship weekend. I went to the bar with some college friends, and Adrian Wilkes was there as well. We watched the NFC and AFC championship games.
And was there people at this bar?
The bar was packed, and like I said before, I was with friends and Principal Wilkes.
Was Michael with you?
No.
Did you leave Michael at your house that Sunday when you went to the bar?
When I left to go to the bar, Michael was not there, was not at my house.
And one last question. Did you ever lock Michael into any part of your residence?
Absolutely not. Like I said, I wanted Michael to feel like he was free to come and go as he pleased, and I let him know that right away. I never locked him in anywhere.
No further questions at this moment.
Well,
Mr. Stewart, you work at Horatio Alger, is that correct?
I do.
Coach the boys soccer team,
Yes.
and Michael's on your team.
Yes, Michael was my captain.
He's one of your best players.
He was pretty good.
And the two of you often email.
I wouldn't say often, but I have emailed him before, yes.
Emailed him about coming over to your place.
I think you're taking that a little out of context. We had just won the championship, and I wanted the entire team to come over and celebrate.
You emailed him and said, you have to come over here one day.
Yes.
You told Michael that he meant the world to you.
Michael, unfortunately, has a very tough home life. I try to be there for him, and sometimes he really does need that encouragement. So yeah, I did say that, absolutely.
And you saw Michael on January 16th.
I did, yes, that was that Friday.
He was standing outside of school,
Yes, in the cold.
waiting for his mom to pick him up.
That's correct.
You told him to hop into your van.
I asked him if he wanted to come in, and he said yes.
And you told him that you would give him a ride home.
Yes, until I found out that his mother,
So you
Was
told him that
late.
you would give him a ride home.
at first, and then when I found out that his mother was the reason why he was standing outside, we decided to call her. She didn't answer. Didn't want him going home unsupervised.
So that's a yes.
Yes.
And you drove him home?
I didn't drive him home, no.
You drove him to your place.
That's correct.
So you didn't want Michael to be home alone unsupervised, you said?
That's right.
But on Sunday you went to watch the football game.
That's correct.
And you left Michael at your home?
Michael was not there when I left.
Michael didn't go with you though?
No, I wouldn't take a 12-year-old to a bar.
And did you ever speak with Michael's mother at all that weekend?
I spoke to her voicemail quite a bit. Never got an answer from her, never called back. I just assumed when I didn't see Michael that either he left or his mother came and picked him up.
Well, Mr. Stewart, you just testified that you did call her back multiple times over the weekend. Now you're saying that you didn't call back?
No, I'm saying that she didn't call back. I called
So
her
she didn't
multiple
call you
times.
back?
That's correct.
So you never spoke with her?
No,
Never got her permission to take her son to your house?
no, I did not.
And you never told Principal Wilkes that Michael was at your house?
I didn't feel the need to. If he would have asked me, like, I would have said yes, but no, I didn't tell Principal Wilkes that.
So no one knew that Michael was at your house?
I'm not sure what anyone else knew.
Thank you. No further questions.
you ready?
Yes, Charlie. Do you often email your students?
I do. Like I said, I try to be there for my students whenever I can, and I like to encourage them. And these days, email is a good way to connect with my students.
And did you do everything in your power to contact Pat Unati that weekend?
I did, and we couldn't get a hold of her.
No further questions?
Stewart, you said you did everything in your power to get in touch with Pat that weekend. Is that
Within
correct?
reason, yes.
So did you drive to her house?
I did not because Michael told me that she was not there.
Did you attempt to find out where she worked?
Yeah, I called her multiple times.
Did you ask Michael where she worked?
Michael seemed to not know where she worked.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.